the peaceful life of a gatherer. There's nothing that can beat a good quality time between a man and his fishing rod. No! Albion Online's economy works because of many reasons, but one of those reasons is gatherers. Every single item in the game exists because someone crafted it at some point, but in order to craft those items, we need people that go around gathering resources, people that travel cities refining those resources, and people who buy those items to craft equipment and insert them into the economy. So gathering becomes this crucial part of the overall economy in the game. And if you want to learn one of the most reliable ways to make silver in Albion Online, then this is the video for you. Hi everybody, I'm Scrap, and I am an addict. To profit! Learning a profession in this game is an incredible self-sustainable source of income, but for most people, the amount of things you need to learn to do it efficiently can be very overwhelming. But don't worry, because today I'm going to explain everything in a way that new players and veterans can understand, from the bare basics about gathering to the most in-depth details, so you can maximize your profit per hour and take your personal economy to the next level. This is a complete guide with everything you need in just one video. So let's get right into it. There are 6 professions in this game: fiber harvester, ore miner, animal skinner, lumberjack, warrior, and fisherman. Each of them do exactly what they sound like, and each of those professions gather resources that are integral to the economy in the game. Which one to pick is completely up to you. Every single one is a great option in their own market, but if you really can't decide on which one to take, then choose the profession that's compatible with the city you live in. What do I mean by this? Well, it turns out there are 5 biomes in the game, 1 per city. And in each biome there are 3 different types of resources. A primary resource that is the most prevalent, a secondary resource, and a tertiary resource that is the least prevalent. The level of those resources will depend on the tier of the map, and the risk level of the zone determines the density of the resource nodes. That means blue zones have the lowest resource density and black zones have the highest. Now, let's talk about the resources themselves. Every resource comes in 5 variants. You have the basic one, then uncommon, rare, exceptional, and pristine. Those are the 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and 0.4 enchantments. You can get enchanted items by crafting them with enchanted resources, or by using runes, souls, and relics at the artifact foundry. Except for the 4th enchantment. That one is special, and can only be crafted with 0.4 enchanted resources. You can identify an enchanted resource by the butterflies that fly around it. Enchanted resources are less common, and in each zone you can see the exact percentage of enchanted resources available by opening the local map and placing the mouse on top of this enchantment icon right here. In the local map, you will find a bunch of different icons related to gathering, and this is what each of those icons mean. That one is a resource hotspot, and that means that around that area there is a high concentration of resources. The tier of the resources in that hotspot is determined by the tier of the map. This alert tells you when there's a node with a high amount of resources. That means that node has like 30 charges in it. This other alert tells the entire server that there is a pristine resource node in that spot. Yes, the 4th enchantment and the most expensive one of them all. And people are going to kill each other for a chance to gather that resource. So it's not really for solo players. And finally, you have to know that you can gather resources from 2 sources. The first one is the normal resource nodes that you can find on the ground, and the second one is from resource mobs. You can find those mobs around the map. There are several variants for each resource type in the game, like stone golems for stone gathering, fiber spirits for fiber harvesting, and the good thing about them is that they always spawn with the resource bar completely full. And also you get a bonus to gathering speed, so you gather those resources way faster than normal resource nodes. But hey, that's not all. If you're lucky, you may encounter these mobs. These are called aspects, which are a bigger and tougher version of the resource mobs that requires more than 1 player to kill. But once you do, it gives you a huge amount of resources. Okay, so now you know the basics of gathering, what resources are, why they are important, and how to find them. And I'm going to stop right here, because 1. I'm about to teach you the secret to achieve maximum profit when gathering, and this can be applied from the moment you reach tier 4 equipment. 2. If you're enjoying this video, please leave a like. And 3. I need to make some money. So here's your regularly scheduled ad. Thank you. Hello there. Wouldn't it be crazy if we could have more scrapped? That's right, fellas. I said more. More action. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Get fucked! More variety. 1, Oh, that was crazy. More games! And more drama! New channel named Shopped Offline! Okay, dude, I'm not that washed. Washed online? Okay, fuck you! You're gonna have all that by watching me live on Twitch. And you'll want to be there, or you will miss on some awesome giveaways. So go follow me on Twitch with the link in the description, and I'll see you all live in the next one. Goodbye. We're back? Okay, cool. The secret to maximum gathering power, it's just one word. Gathering yield. The gathering yield is a stat that determines the amount of resources received from gathering. If you have 15% of gathering yield, it means you have a 15% chance of getting bonus resources when gathering. If you have 80% gathering yield, that's an 80% chance to do the same. In short, more gathering yield gives you a better chance to get double or sometimes triple amount of resources. That's why you want as much gathering yield as possible. So that begs the question, how do I get more gathering yield? Well, you have many ways to do that. First, once you hit tier 4 equipment with your profession, you can buy and equip the gathering gear of that profession. This works like any other armor, but it has a passive ability that gives you gathering yield when equipped. The percentage of gathering yield it gives varies depending on the piece of equipment it is, the tier of the item, and also how long you have it equipped for, because the passive buff increases over time, reaching its peak at 5 minutes. One thing to keep in mind though, that extra percentage of gathering yield will only work when gathering resources from the tier of the gear or lower. So tier 5 equipment won't apply the buff on tier 6 resources. Next, foods like the pork pie or anything similar increases your gathering yield for 30 minutes. Gathering potions increase your gathering yield for a couple of seconds, so you should use those when you find a resource that is very expensive. For gathering, you use tools. There's one tool for each profession. But those tools also have a more expensive variant called Avalonian tools. And those have a special passive ability that increases gathering yield to all resources from the tier of the tool or below. But again, those are expensive, so don't take those tools to the red or the black zone. Another thing, when you gather resources, you are leveling up to the next tier, but also you level up the skill of that specific resource you gather. For example, if you gather a lot of tier 4 resources, you become better at gathering that specific tier. That means you get more gathering yield per level and more gathering speed per level for that tier in particular. And finally, if you have premium, you get 50% more gathering yield, which shows as a premium bonus when gathering. So that's how you maximize the amount of resources you gather and thus increasing your profit per hour. And after all that, once you apply all the things that I've shown you, you will have such a high gathering yield percentage that anything you gather will come with bonus resources. Now you know the most important things about learning professions in this game and how to profit as much as possible. So to finish this video, I'm going to give you a speedrun of a bunch of useful tips that will improve your gathering experience and help you make millions with gathering. Gathering is done differently depending on the type of zone you currently are. Gathering in safe zones is used for something called low tier gathering, which means you farm tier 4 resources and below, because they respawn faster. And since it's a safe zone, you can go with a full tier 8 gathering gear and Avalonian tools without the risk of losing them. Okay, but exactly how long does it take for those resources to respawn? Well, you can refer to this image that I took from the Albion Online wiki, but they don't take long at all. You can literally wait for them. Next, gathering in red zones is more safe than you think. Gankers can only attack other players if they are flagged for PvP, and those players will show below the minimap. So if you see that number go up, get on your mount and proceed with caution. Remember, before the ganker gets to you, you are in control of the situation, not them. So in red zones, always be aware of your surroundings. And now, if you are gathering in black zones, the risk is much higher, since you can't see exactly how many hostile players are in your map. So you should only go for enchanted resources and also regular high tier resources, like tier 7 and tier 8. But don't expose yourself to unnecessary danger. There's always people waiting for you to make a mistake, so be careful out there. You can also go gathering to the roads of Avalon. The roads can have multiple biomes in only one map, so they are great for gatherers, but they are also very dangerous. A lot of people come here for the good loot and for the good loot. The same thing goes for the mists. They are full of every single resource in the game, but there's a lot of people inside each instance, so you gotta be careful. But if you manage to find a legendary mist, you just hit the jackpot. That place is full of high tier resources of all different professions. so it's a good thing to always bring all your tools. Now, let me talk to you about mounts. When choosing a mount to go gathering, you need to know there's two different types of mounts for this. The first ones give you more max weight only when the mount is summoned. If the mount disappears, the max weight goes as well. And the other ones give you more max weight all the time, even when you don't have the mount summoned. The first ones are great for transport, while the other ones are better for surviving ganks. Next, always avoid the maps around the city portal. There is always people ganking around there. If you're going to be gathering in safe zones, remember to always flag up for the faction warfare. Yes, faction warfare, not faction warfare, okay? You can now stop leaving comments about it, thank you. Gathering gives you faction points that you can use to buy faction warfare chests, buy hearts for heart transport, buy crests for capes, and even buy high tier mounts. So that's even more profit for you. And finally, if you have some extra money to invest, always bring gathering journals for your profession. Those journals get filled with gathering fame every time you gather resources. And don't worry about losing fame, because when those journals get filled, they don't take away fame from your leveling up in the Destiny board. These journals are used to make laborers work for you on your island, and they bring back resources from the tier of the journal. But if you don't have an island or laborers set up, you can just sell them for a profit in the marketplace. Either way, it's always worth it. Everything I've talked about in this video can be applied to every profession in the game. The rest is up to you. So good luck in your gathering journey. And that is everything. But wait, before you go. Did you enjoy this video? You should give it a like then. Especially because I've been editing this video for 3 fucking weeks. And also hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Join my Discord server so you can interact with the community and to stay up to date with my next projects. So with nothing more to say, my name's Scrap and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.